So with the recent Borderlands 4 patch we not long received, I've decided to go back through all the popular glitches to see what still works, and today guys I bring you those very glitches. How's it going guys? My name's DPJ, and if you do enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out, and if you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. Also guys, come and join my Borderlands 4 community Discord, link down below. Come trade, hang out with other players, talk about builds, request items, be a part of our open loot lobbies and all that good stuff. Again, my Discord is linked down below. So if you are well aware of said glitches that are apparent in Borderlands 4, you can simply use the timestamps in the video description as a guide. If the glitch is noted there, it still works. It's as simple as that. Now if you're interested in seeing these glitches and exactly how they work, let's get straight into it people. Firstly, the newest version of the duplication glitch. Now all you need to do for this one is be in somebody else's lobby. The laggier the lobby, the better. Now if you can make it lag by spamming weapons or dropping loot on the floor, this seems to work too. What I also did with my pal was I had the host go into his bank and spam the bumpers going in between the two tabs of withdraw and deposit. This was lagging it enough for me to dupe, so try this out. So in a team of 2, the host creates that lag and the other player goes into their bank. From this point guys, you want to withdraw the item you want to dupe as quickly as possible. So if you have an item you want to dupe, make sure it's in your bank first, make sure it's actually inside the bank first, then go to the withdraw tab, and while the lag is being created, or if you're in a laggy lobby, spam that withdraw button. If it has worked, in the deposit tab you should see multiple of the items you tried to dupe. Now this won't work for the host, I don't believe, but it is a super simple duping glitch. Next up guys, we have the Songbird damage glitch. So the Songbird is a pistol that you can indeed farm from the Rock and Roller boss. He is found within the Trinket Crevice abandoned mine located right here on the map. These open up after you complete the campaign. So when you have the Songbird pistol, you can actually increase and stack its damage, and you do this very easily. So what you want to do guys is go into your inventory and make sure the Songbird is equipped with any other weapon, but make sure you only have 2 weapons equipped in total, one being the Songbird. You want 2 empty slots in your weapon slots. So from this point guys, what you want to do is with the Songbird in hand, empty out the clip. Simple as that, shoot all bullets. When the weapon is doing the auto animation or the auto reload animation, you just want to swap weapons and swap back to the Songbird as quickly as possible during that reload animation. So on console here, while that Songbird is in that mid reload animation, you double tap Y. On PlayStation, you double tap triangle. You keep doing this guys, and every instance you do this, it stacks damage, but you have to do it mid reload. You can't just spam the swap weapon button. You have to wait for, like say, when the bullets are being put into the chamber to do it then. So just double tapping your switch weapon button, you'll switch to your other weapon and switch back to the Songbird, and it is as simple as this in stacking damage. And you're seeing on screen now guys, when you stack damage like this for a couple of minutes, you can see exactly how powerful this thing is. It will one tap more or less every boss in the game. Pretty crazy guys. Okay, so let's move on. And now if you have a Vladof SMG with the flamethrower alt firing mode on it, and you also have a Vladof enhancement with the bullet holes perk on it, if you equip these two, you can do devastating things. So how this works is as simple as this. With both equipped, with that flamethrower Vladof SMG in hand, what you want to do guys is hold down your fire button, which on controller is that right trigger, so you're firing in that normal mode of the SMG. Then guys, you just want to spam down on your D-pad to switch in and out of the alt firing mode, which will be flamethrower. Upon you doing this guys, you're stacking projectiles into the SMG's main firing mode. So if you shot 1 projectile, you keep doing this, you'll shoot 2, then 3, then 4 with a single shot. You do this for about 5 minutes guys, and you do incredible things. You'll have an SMG like you're seeing on screen now that just obliterates absolutely everything in the game. But remember, it needs to be a Vladof SMG with that alt firing mode of flamethrower on it, and you also need the Vladof enhancement with that bullet holes perk on it. Now this Vladof enhancement can come in all rarities, blue, purple or even legendary. As long as it has that bullet holes on it, you are good to go with it. So yes, take advantage of this while it's still in the game. Now this also works with the Burt's Bees, as long as that Burt's Bees has the flamethrower alt firing mode on it. Again, you pair this with that Vladof enhancement with that bullet holes perk on it, you do the exact same thing. Hold down that trigger, that firing button in your main firing mode of the Burt's Bees, and then just spam down on your D-pad, which switches in and out of that alt firing mode. And what this does is, because we know the Burt's Bees actually shoots at bees, it stacks these bees, it adds in an extra bee every time you do this. So after about 5 minutes of doing this, guys, with a single shot you're shooting out hundreds, if you wanted to, even thousands of bees. And what this does to enemies and bosses is absolutely brutal, as you're seeing now by the footage in the background. This thing is absolutely crazy. But guys, it gets even wilder with the Burt's Bees. It gets to a point where this weapon can one-tap every boss in the game and even ignore those immune phases, which we'll come to in a quick second. So there's another thing you can do with the Burt's Bees, which actually doesn't require an enhancement, you just need a particular roll on it. Now there's actually a couple you can get, a couple of rolls you can get on the Burt's Bees, which this would work with, one way crazier than the other. Now the first one to keep an eye out on is a Burt's Bees with the alt firing mode of taser on it, but it also needs to have Torg licensed sticky magazine, fire sticky gyro jets that explode on reload or when switching modes, which do increase explosion damage or explosive damage. Now if you get this version with the taser on it, what you can do with this is quite crazy. So if you fire out the Torg projectiles to a point, so let's say you're fighting a boss, if you fire these all out and you hit that boss, if you stop before you empty the clip, so let's say you shoot 95% of the bullets, so you get a few left in the mag, if you switch to the taser then switch back, you do like a weapon damage swap. So therefore then those gyro jets that explode will do that taser's damage, and this works utterly unbelievably. Now what I will say is the Burt's Bees you're seeing on screen now I'm using, the taser has 4 shots within it. If you can get a Burt's Bees where this alt firing mode of taser only has 1 shot in it, this does way more damage. But again, you need to have that Burt's Bees with the alt firing mode of taser on it, but you also need especially Torg licensed sticky magazine. This is an absolute must for this 2 weapon, and not the Torg magazine where they explode on impact. You need to have the ones that explode on reload or switching modes. Once you have these guys, you can do some crazy damage. But guys, it gets even more broke than this. What I'm about to show you is quite possibly the most craziest OP broken weapon in Borderlands history. So if you get a Burt's Bees, which has the alt firing mode of flamethrower on it, fires a flamethrower that deals so and so damage, it doesn't matter on the damage here, but it also has Torg licensed sticky magazine, fires sticky gyro jets that explode on reload or when switching modes that do so and so explosion damage. If you have these 2 on the same Burt's Bees, this is by far the most broken thing you are ever going to witness in this game. So you don't need no enhancement, all you need is this weapon. So what you do guys is, like what we just did with that taser, you empty let's say half of the clip into a boss. You don't even need to use the entire clip. If you empty most of the clip into a boss, leaving a couple in the mag, then guys switch to that flamethrower mode and switch back to your main firing mode, you insta wipe out every boss in the game. And what's even crazier about this guys is, it ignores immune phases. So that big old dude with that big old belly, yeah, normally when you fight him you have to throw that like green spear at him to remove his immune phase. With this version of the Burt's Bees and doing this, you do not. Bosses like the Bio Bulkhead where you have to throw the gas canisters at him. Not with this weapon. You spray those Torg stickies at him, obviously not emptying the magazine, then just switch to that flamethrower mode, switch back, and it insta wipes him out whether he has an immune phase or not. This thing is utterly broken. And what's great about this, guys, is you need no damage stacking phase, you need nothing of that nature. But like weapons we just covered, like the Songbird, the Vladof SMGs with that flamethrower attachment on it, and the other previous Burt bees that we've been stacking that damage on, the great things about these is you can swap weapons, you can fast travel, you can die, etc, etc, and you keep those damage buffs. Just keep in mind, if you unequip the weapon or back out the game and load back in, you do lose those buffs. But with that Burt bees that ignores those immune phases that one taps every boss, you don't have to stack anything. You can just use this whenever you like, unequip it, equip it, whatever. There's nothing involved in regards to stacking. You just need those torque stickies on it that explode after reload, as well as having that alt firing mode of flamethrower. When you have these together, guys, you've got the most broken weapon in the game. So yeah. So where do you farm the Burt bees from? Okay, so this drops my boss called Splashzone. Now Splashzone is opened up after you complete 2 side quests. So right here on the map, guys, as you complete or get through the campaign, you'll unlock side quests. The first one is called Null and Void, again found right here on the map. Upon you completing this side quest, you then unlock All Charged Up, again appearing right here on the map. At the end of this mission, people, you then fight Splashzone. Completing this quest line, Splashzone then will appear on your map for you to go to and farm. Go here, guys, farm this dude, get this version of the Burt bees, and you'll never have to look back. It is utterly wild. Okay, so next up, guys, we have the no reload infinite ammo exploit. Now this can be paired with what we've just covered. It's as simple as that. You can use multiple at the same time, multiple of these gun glitches at the same time. That's good. So how this works, guys, I actually have already covered, so I'll just play that clip from a previous video, but yes, take advantage of this while you can. And also what's insane about this one is the fact that this glitch will also give alt firing weapons infinite ammo too. So if you have a beastly weapon with a beastly alt firing mode, you can use it indefinitely with no cooldowns. It's utterly broken, people. But it also means all other weapons, no matter what it has, will have infinite ammo and you'll never have to reload them, so you can just keep firing. Okay, so to do this, guys, you need 2 specific items, a weapon and an enhancement. So you need to get yourself a order weapon which has the Ripper licensed magazine on it. This gun charges before auto firing, overriding the order manufacturer's charge functionality. Once you have anything with this on, you then need an order enhancement with free charger on it. When firing from maximum charge, guns with order licensed parts have a 30% chance to make the next shot's charge time and ammo cost 0. So once you have these, make sure they are equipped. Then the process is, with the weapon in hand, fire and reload until you see that magazine isn't emptying. Basically that 0 ammo cost coming into play. So firing the weapon and reloading until you see no ammo is being consumed. Once you see this, you need to quickly switch weapons. If you time this right, the next weapon you pull out will have unlimited ammo and you'll never have to reload. Now the timing can be a little hard, but as you see on screen, I did this on Xbox, so it definitely works on console, but I'm absolutely certain it works on PC. It's super simple. But yes, from this point you now have infinite ammo. Any alt firing shots, any alt firing modes also have infinite ammo, never have to reload, no cooldowns, all that good stuff. And you can use this for as long as you like. The only way I believe this stops working is if you unequip the original weapon and enhancement, and obviously backing out to the main menu. Another thing to add, once you have the no reload infinite ammo applied, you can unequip the main weapon you did this on and it still works on your other weapon, so keep that in mind. It is truly broken. Okay, so next up, guys, we have a couple of crazy farming exploits. So if you need legendaries, you need better gear, OP gear, you can use and abuse these to a point where you're taking out a boss every few seconds. Literally to a point of you're taking out this boss every few seconds, so you're getting piles of loot every few seconds, which can include legendaries, amazing epics, whatever you need, guys. So we'll start with Splashzone. So you need to do this in a pair of 2, and how this works is one player stands by the machine constantly resetting it, and the other person follows the path I take on screen now into the Splashzone battle arena. Take him out, obviously, if he spawns here. Then, guys, jump up here and jump onto this thing right here. So you can see this ledge I am looking at. You want to stand on this ledge right at this point. From here guys, all you need to do is jump, and while you're jumping, if your friend's standing by that machine, that Mox's machine, spamming the respawn of this boss button, then guys, all you need to do is jump, take out the boss, jump, take out the boss, jump, take out the boss. I mean, it's as simple as that. All the person by the Mox machine has to do is just spam his button. He doesn't have to wait for nothing, he can just stand there, keep spamming it, simple as that. The player taking out the boss just stands on the spot, jumping, taking him out. And what's good about this guys is you can use any of the glitches in regards to those OP weapons we've covered earlier on to use and abuse this. I mean, the Songbird will work fine here, any of the Vladof SMGs, the Burt speeds, they will all absolutely annihilate him. But I know a lot of people out there have crazy OP builds anyway that wouldn't even need an OP weapon to take him out in an instant, which will allow you to do this. So yeah, come to Splashzone guys and farm like never before. Now another boss you can do this with is Axemaul. Now Axemaul is located in the Toil of Spoiling this abandoned mine, which unlocks, I think, after you complete the campaign. You'll see this located on screen. Now come through this abandoned mine and you'll find Axemaul. Again, in a pair of two. One stands next to that Mox's machine. The other guy comes into the arena and goes towards the portal of where you take when you take out the boss. Now from this little room guys, if you stand exactly where I'm standing right here and walk backwards and forwards while your teammate is by Mox's machine resetting the boss, you can take this boss out again every few seconds. I'm doing this with his Songbird, which I didn't stack that much damage on, but I'm still able to take him out with a few shots. Step backwards, my mate resets the machine, I step back forward again, and we take him out. It's as simple as that, and we get crazy loot from this dude. And the great thing about Axemaul is he drops an amazing shotgun called the Burt. So yeah, another one you can take advantage of. Next up guys, we have the Infinite Red Chest exploit. This one's probably for those earlier game players. I mean, the red chests are a perfect prime example of dropping decent early loot, but there's a red chest you can exploit early on in the game, which you can open an infinite amount of times. So check out this clip I covered in a previous video and do what you gotta do. So this takes place right down here in Still Shore. So travel to the abandoned post safe house and make your way down here. Now there's a save point on your way which you need to trigger. So once you've triggered that save point, head around to Still Shore. Here guys, you'll see that red chest in chains. Here, simply take out the enemies until a badass spawns in, then take out the badass. Once you do this, the chains will be removed from that chest and you can open it up. Once you have and you've grabbed what loot you want, you quit out the game and load back in. Once you load back in, you'll be at that save point we triggered. From here, head back to Still Shore just around the corner, and that red chest will be here ready for you to open again. So again, take out the enemies until that badass spawns in, take the badass out, open the chest, quit out the game, load back in, rinse and repeat until you've got what you want guys. It's as simple as that. Lastly guys, we're going to check out two weapons which make the most out of the crit throwing knife. So if you have the crit knife, what you're seeing on screen now, which if you don't have, this is a random world drop, but if you want it, join my Discord, link down below, and you'll be hooked up with it. But this crit knife is absolutely broken in regards to what it can do. We've seen what it does on the Vex build and many other builds, but in regards to just this paired with a particular two weapons, this thing will insta one tap every boss, no skill tree involved. So the first weapon is the kickballer. This is a melee one shotgun. Now this kickballer is a drop from Splashzone, who we covered earlier on in the video, but if you skipped using timestamps, Splashzone, the boss, is unlocked after you complete two side quests. The first one called Null and Void, and the second one called All Charged Up, found right here on the map. Upon you doing these side quests, Splashzone becomes a boss you can indeed farm. Farm him, get the kickballer, pair this with this crit knife, and it does utterly broken things to a point where it's probably 8 times out of 10 going to take you out at the same time. You make sure it's a crit shot with that crit knife. You shoot this thing, if it hits a boss, it does devastating things, it really does. Quite a spectacle to see. But there's also guys a shotgun called the Stellium, which is a random world drop. This is a purple rarity, but what you want on this is the alt firing mode of energy disc. If you find this shotgun, people, it does just as much damage as the kickballer, but it's more controlled. It's more in like a confined area. which means you ain't going to take yourself out most of the time, but again you need a Stellium shotgun with that energy disc on it. Pair this with that crit knife and what you're seeing is just utter devastation. And there we have it, guys, for the most popular working glitches after the latest patch. Guys, if you did enjoy the video, leaving a like really helps out. If you like what you see and want to see more, be sure to subscribe. And hopefully, my beautiful people, I will see you on that next one.